Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's match of Rochester Institute of Technology versus University of Central Florida. With me in the call, I am Duke Carge, and this is...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Unrage. I will be co-casting with Duke today. We've got a pretty exciting match here. We've got our Season 1 champions, RIT, against some people that are new to the league this season, University of Central Florida. It's going to be interesting to see how they play. We've seen them in the past, and we've seen RIT, so they both have a bit of a history behind them. We're going to see how that clashes today.
Well, I think it's going to be an interesting match because, if I recall correctly, if I go over to our stats page, standings page, which now works, University of Central Florida is looking at a plus 10 round differential, which is pretty good for somebody who's won twice, lost once in the league in the past 3 weeks. I think I admin myself the game they had against Pennsylvania College of Technology, which was very unorthodox how they earned that loss. Just a lot of odd strategies coming out from some of the members of PCT, actually taking a lot of UCF by storm, and just in terms of positioning. What do you expect out of this, Enrage?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, RIT's been really prevalent this season, but at the same time, UCF doesn't have... They don't really have any sort of predetermined things coming into this, I think. They're doing well this season, but I haven't really seen them do the same thing a lot, so I don't really know any predictions I can make.
I heard that one of the players on UCF actually got picked up by maybe a Challenger League org. But we're already going into the ban phase right away with with RIT banning IQ, UCF banning... No, sorry. Was that UCF that banned Bontaine?
Yes.
Enrich? Okay, yeah, okay. RIT banned IQ, UCF banned Monty for... not sure where that's coming from, but Echo is going to get banned by UCF as well. And,
with UCF starting off on attack, I'm surprised that they would ban that Montang right away, saying that he's pretty strong for those west balcony pushes, and he's also really good for getting into workshop. If you can get into workshop events, you can hold down those sites pretty well with a Monty on your team.
It's also interesting that RIT chose IQ of all people instead of a Buck to deny getting rid of a breach denial on that west balcony. But Ella is also going to get closed off by RIT, meaning that the room game will be a little bit diminished, but we will still see some Vigil play possibly for coming out from Quetzal, which is just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Quetzal's known for his roaming, so it's not a surprise to see him on the roamers, but at the same time, it's also all the more impressive to watch when he doesn't, just to get to see what he's like otherwise.
He went off on Caveira already in the first round, which is a little bit odd to me. He usually picks a Vigil, but looks like he's going to go for that silent step early. Meanwhile, Numtastic is going to stick pick out of Lion onto Dokkaebi, going from a surefire way to pin down the defenders to just a phone call in general.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It's going to be interesting to see how they set up with a Cav as a roamer. Cav's not really one of the higher tier roamers right now. Her loadout and just overall gadgets put her at a bit of an interesting spot. Especially with like competent teams that know how to work towards clearing roamers out of those situations, it makes Cav a pretty difficult choice to go with. Because using her silent step into interrogation puts her at a bit of a disadvantage as she leaves herself vulnerable for a little over 2 seconds, I believe.
We've actually been seeing a lot of good Cav players coming into this season, actually choosing to restrain themselves and go for the kill confirm rather than the interrogation, which is good for them, but at the same time, we've also knowing, with our eyes, we've managed to see missed opportunities where they would have gotten the interrogation off, which is a little bit sad because that high risk, high reward play is something that we always value here.
Right, and that's what makes Cav such an appealing pick, is that while it's very difficult to do well with her, if you do, it gives your team such a large amount of a bonus that it makes it worth that style of play.
I'm not sure. Sometimes you see it be a boon for a few seconds, but sometimes it also makes your team very, very predictable. But starting off the round, or a minute already down, and nobody has met each other just yet on the map. Quetzal roaming downstairs hard, going all the way to customs, getting Jackal traced already with Numtastic ready to intercept. Oh! And he's gonna down Numtastic and finish off the kill once again, showing that restraint we were just talking about, but immediately Jelly's gonna pick up the refrag on Quetzal. Well, Blue Card, Rocket, and Mentality are still upstairs. It is 1-for-1 right now. Still a 4v4, half the round to go. Enrage, what do you think?
Well, losing a Dokkaebi that early in the round definitely puts them at a bit of a disadvantage. Having Jackal on the board is good. However, with the Cav being the roamer in question, Jackal will be a little bit less effective. It's like getting that Dokkaebi down overall will free up a lot of their time that they would have had to worry about finding a good spot to get rid of those Jackal calls. Or those Dokkaebi calls. Looks like Jackal actually will be tracking someone here.
Did you notice that RIT did not reinforce the armory wall at all?
It's a bold play with having Mira there. Maybe,
Yeah,
I think that they might be playing in small office if they're going to be going for that type of hold. Gives them a bit more work to, because it makes them use some sort of breach to open up that so they can fall through. And Jackal is going to find that Mira there. Quick pick onto Rocket, going off the board. Mentality getting picked by CHL as well.
Yeah,
Portable
didn't work here.
and the Jaeger are the only two left. Blue Card on his belt cam's trying to give Portable any sort of info that he can get. Portable not knowing that there is a person right to his right. Does spot him out, but does go down. CHL taking out one, Jelly grabbing the other. Quick round for UCF.
That definitely fell apart very quickly as nobody was watching the security room door for a long time, and it ended up being just where CHL managed to get in and destroy the defense, just completely dismantling it one by one. First picking up the kill on Rocket, then picking up the kill onto Mentality. There's definitely a lack of communication there on where he was coming from and where he was sitting already, which just did not curry favor for RIT.
Mentality was in a pretty bad spot there as well. Having that wall soft and open against not only a Thermite, but also a Jackal in sight. The 2v1, especially from the angles that would have been at, it would have been nearly impossible to pick up that 2k.
I've seen a Rook or a Dog hold that angle, but usually they open up the wall in order to get a pixel peek onto the balcony. But the way RIT was holding it, it was more bold than anything. Not sure if it's going to work out again if they do the same thing, but they did pick up a Maestro instead this time. Portable switching up from Valkyrie. And it looks like Quetzal has switched off of roaming, so they are going with a much different strategy.
I'm curious to see how they're going to run the Mira play this time. They are doing the same small office hold that they were doing before.
But they have put down a frost mat into the opening of security right there in order to cover the fact that probably nobody will be looking down that hallway at any point. Let's see if that actually does scare away any attackers.
I'm really curious how they plan to hold those as well, because those frost mats are a great way to catch someone off guard, but they're not going to cover your back.
No, they're definitely not. Let's just hope that they don't need to use that hallway as rotation at all.
Seems that Quetzal is doing a peek onto detention there. Spots one drone, able to get it, but not able to get the other. Will get droned out. If only just briefly, it will make him have to retreat off of that position.
Quetzal is nothing but stubborn if he's continuing to choose to roam over here, even though they know he's nearby. He's definitely psyching out UCF's entry fraggers. He's gonna spot out one of the drones and destroy it, and then back off once again. Looks like they are chasing him down. He is wasting a good minute of their time, making them ring around the rosy for him. But he is going to come back to site instead and pick up his phone.
Seems that UCF is getting a little bit stalled out on the first floor right here, using a lot of their precious time just trying to worry about someone who isn't even there. It's
Well,
going to
they
set them back quite a bit, especially with having 3 of them in Visa area.
Looks like now they've realized with the Jackal call that he is no longer roaming downstairs and is instead on site. Pretty sure that they went with the unreinforced wall this time, actually opening it up with a little bit of view over who's in the balcony, and the thermite is just definitely not going to stand around out there with the Mira staring towards it. UCF needs to collapse pretty soon if they want to plant. It's already 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes down.
Bomb has been located.
Quick peek from Jelly, they're going to get that impact off so they can get a hole onto site that they can rotate through. The Thatcher, they're watching the mirror window, making sure that no one's going to peek it too suddenly, but still putting himself in a bit of a dangerous spot by watching that so openly. It's like Jelly, with the help of Sesame, pushing up a red hall, going to be able to take out Quetzal. That is the Frost off the board. Frost Mat's still down, but they will not have anyone to back them up right now. Seems that Sesame's outside trying to get an angle, does spot out the goo mine. A little bit of bait there, but it doesn't actually follow up with anything. He's going to get that goo mine out of the way, not a problem. I believe that was CHL taking out 1, taking out 2, an impressive double peek onto Armory. Does spot the mirror there, if only just for a fraction of a second. Does see her behind the wall. Quick spray down, not going to get her, but does pick her up at the end. Going refrag down to blue card. It is him in a 1v4 scenario.
12 seconds.
One attacker,
Attackers are
low health.
activating the diffuser.
Not much left to do for him. He just needs to get them down or get to that diffuser. Does spot out Sesame. Not able to get his shots. Sesame full health, going to be peeking that window at any moment. Not going to know that. Blue card going to be slowly trying to approach Armory. Doesn't actually know about Sesame. Going to get shot in the back. Down. Round goes to UCF.
RIT did change up their game here this round, but it ended up not mattering much as they couldn't stop CHL from coming in from Fountain this time. He definitely knew to switch up his attack and exploit any blind spots. It just seems that he always comes in at the right time to exploit whatever angle that RIT does not have covered. Definitely picking his pushes correctly and dismantling whatever defenses they put down. It just methodically going 1 kill by 1 kill. This is not looking good for RIT right away. I think this is probably one of the hardest counters that they need to do is try to push out CHL from being so effective at those pushes. And I don't think that the frost mats were the key to that
Attackers
at
need to
all.
locate and defuse bombs.
No, and I feel like something that should be noted is that Quetzal did 6-pick off of Alibi onto a Cav. And, I mean, that will turn out really well for them if Quetzal can avoid getting droned, but it looks like he's gonna get spotted already. That will be pretty bad for him, saying that, like, Alibi, at least, if you get scanned, they still can't tell if there's a decoy. With Cav, now they know, and they've got that Jackal, and they've got the Dokkaebi that they can devote just to hunting him out. Alibi
UCF
also arguably in a bit
RIT's
more meta of a spot.
RIT's just denying themselves the opportunity
5 seconds
to
left.
switch out the site. I really think they need to refresh themselves and go
Attackers
somewhere
have
else,
recovered the
because
diffuser.
if they keep
Attackers objective
sitting
to
on this
locate a
site
bomb
for this
and
long,
defuse
they're just not going to get any points off of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And the fact is that UCF has seen no need to change up their lineup either. They've gone in with the same ops every single round and just managed to completely destroy RIT.
As the saying goes, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. And I believe that UCF is really using that. Their drone work is pretty well done, pretty well executed as far as I've seen. Droning in the Jackal, keeping him safe while he tries to hunt down any roamers. Getting Dokkaebi in there as well to kind of crossfire anyone that they come across is working really well for them. They've been able to take out the roamers pretty quickly into the round, usually within the first minute, and then just devote the rest of their time into pushing on site.
Still needs to do a little bit more work with his roaming. Well, this is a good angle. If they do come for him, they are going to hear that call on him, but they don't see him just yet. He did get his phone, so they won't be able to hear him for very long. Probably do know he's in construction. And he's going to down Luke and take down CHL. For the first time in the match, he goes down with a free frag from Jelly onto Quetzal.
That was an impressive counter peek by Quetzal. However, CHL really did set himself up for a bit of a failure there. Opening that wall right while staring at it, especially when he doesn't know if there's someone on the other end, really put him in a bad spot. And then Quetzal immediately following that back up by switching weapons while running into the hallway, put him right in Sophia's crosshair with no way to defend himself.
Yeah, well, they had locked down Quetzal, so I do commend them for being able to do that at the very least. A lot of teams struggle with pinning down roamers, and this just goes to show that when you're good at it, you are very good at it.
And they did a really good job of doing that efficiently. The one-for-one trade is acceptable if it's a cav, purely because you don't have to worry about it anymore, and that alone's worth a lot. Deadbite going to be trying to pick up any sort of pre-fire on the mirror window. Is a bit of a risky peek, saying that he's at low health. Those slasher grenades going off going to be disabling anything.
Oh, Deadbite's going to fumble here.
Does get it into sight, trying to get the plant down, but not able to get close enough without being in the danger zone of that mirror window. Portable picking up 2. Peeks onto the balcony, going to be able to take out the heads of a couple of attackers coming for him. That Dokubi call will slow him down a little bit, but Portable not letting it stop him. That Vector mowing down the Dokubi. No longer a problem. It is up to just Jelly as Zofia. He does have Withstand available against the mirror of Portable, but it will get spotted out. Not going to work out this time.
Looks like Portable just completely shutting them out with that LMG. Definitely using that gun to the best of his effect. And I know, Eagle, that you're just screaming inside saying it's called an MG42, but I'll say it out loud for you. Because Eagle's our cameraman here, and he definitely told me a few things about that thing. But right there, it looks like their infiltrator, Cool Hand Luke, just after having gone down to Quetzal, opened up an opportunity for RIT to actually hold Armory. And this might be the mental relief that they need for what's going on next. I honestly think that RIT could swing back around on here just from being able to beat out UCF in one round, just very easily. Right there, they probably have learned what the key is, and the key is to take down that rusher efficiently as soon as they can.
So it looks like Quetzal this time did actually choose to go on to Alibi. And I'm interested to see what he strats out here for Workshop. It's not really a site that has a lot of set defenses with the current meta, I'd say. There's a lot of different ways you can hold it. So I'm curious to see which one they pick. Because using those Maestro cams effectively is a huge deal, and also combining those with Vault cams and Castle barricades to create this sort of fortress of information that they can make is going to be interesting to watch.
I'm going to say that they're going to put the Evil Eye at least in B site and possibly watching the hallway outside A. But other than that, not much else. I think that, is it... No, Portable's on the Valkyrie, while Blue Card is actually picked up the Castle. Looks like they did the little safe room strategy over there. Yeah, there's a rotation hole into the bathroom that the defenders can use to retreat into if the site is about to be lost. CHL with a very practiced entry here. This is probably the second or third time we've actually seen him come down this way. He's definitely got his routine down whenever he's playing this map.
And having a routine is good, especially for entering the building. You have to be careful about how much you use it. If people start to pick up on it, they can use it against you. And I think RIT might figure that out sooner or later.
Oh, Blue Card will get down here, but get picked back up. Looks like it might be a reset, actually. Right away, Numtastic going upstairs and getting control of security, while Blue Card is just roaming, possibly coming back up in order to in order to pick off any attackers that don't know that he's there. And his ambush fails a little bit, but it does manage to pressure Jelly to go away. Fantastic on the other hand. Yeah.
Fantastic holding that angle will be pretty good for them if it pays off. Some quick shots onto Mentality, not going to connect, but does warn him that there are a few people there. Jackal of CHL taking out Mentality just as he comes back from the other area, dropping the hatch. Does not manage to spot out the Maestro behind the wall. Does get him, though. Spotting that headshot. Very nice pick. Does see the alibi quick. Not able to get it. That shotgun not able to be pulled out in time. Portable and Quetzal collapsing on that. Jelly going down to a nice refrag by Blue Card. It is a 3v3. Teams are even. The Claymore goes down. It is down to the 3 attackers in Armory. They do have the option to plant, but they have to be very careful about where they're watching.
Like I said, safe room right there for Quetzal in the bathroom, just waiting for the attackers to drop hatch so that he can take the opportunity to flank them around. It's... Oh, down goes Blue Card. It is a 3v2 with 30 seconds to go. They need to drop down. The phone call is going to go out.
Prone peeking and hatch isn't very successful, and it looks like they're going to avoid that in the end. They do have both hatches open. Dokubi choosing to drop that SMG-12 out will be able to take out anyone at close range, but does have to be careful about trying to fight anyone too quickly. So recoil is rather intense. Those Thatcher EMPs going down. Quetzal finds one, able to down them, pick them up as well, but does fall to Sesame. Portable picking up one as well, able to run the clock down enough. RIT will take round 4.
It seems I was right. That was the breather that RIT needed. Now actually being able to hold ventilation and servers, it's like a brand new team out on the field now. Did they replace all their players or something?
It feels like they kind of hit their stride. They were trying something out. It wasn't quite working. They were just kind of tweaking it, trying to get it working, and it seems like they finally got whatever they were looking for in the right spot.
Like early on again, Cool Hand Luke did go down, and then so did Jelly, which I believe is their 2 main pushers. Looks like they might be picking on those 2 players from now on in order to actually... it's picking on those 2 players in order to make their plays work better. 6 picking from Lion to Lion. Okay, it looks like UCF has decided that they're actually having some trouble with RIT's roam game here, and have chosen to pick up the line over the Dokkaebi instead. They finally have shaken up their roster here on picks, and it's definitely showing.
I feel that switching out the Dokkaebi for the Lion is honestly one of their better decisions as far as picking ops. I mean, the Dokkaebi phone call is great, but the Lion is quite a bit more oppressive for a smaller window. So if they're gonna go with their heavy site take style that they've been doing, where they send 4 people into site and just try to lock it down as quickly as possible, Lion I feel will mesh a bit better with them. Being able to just say, all right, no one moves in this area, just don't even try it.
Yeah, it's definitely much more aggressive, in my opinion, anyways. Wow, okay, that was quite the little
cam.
quite the pixel peek onto a cam. Well rehearsed, I think, because that was the shot from somebody who's done it quite a few times. Looks like they're going to be holding the upstairs once again with at least 2 to 3 people. Quite see how many. Yeah, just about 2 people. And once again, Skullhand Luke is going to come up here and look for the roamer nearby. Quetzal, does Quetzal hear him?
I don't think so. Quetzal seems to be making a decent amount of noise himself, just kind of changing.
Ooh. Oh, down he goes again.
Camera, not checking the angle.
I think Quetzal has actually picked up on Luke's routine of coming in through eastern stairs, and is just managing to prey upon him every time. It's quite impressive, actually.
And it's just like we mentioned earlier. If you can pick up on someone's sort of cut and dry routine, it's so easy to counter because you know exactly what they're gonna do. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening to Luke. Quick peek there from Jelly making a crossfire with Numbtastic and be able to hold down Red Hallway. Rotating off those angles, just start kind of focusing a bit more on sight, start slowly narrowing down their net with which to catch defenders. Numbtastic pushing in quite aggressively on sight, does spot out Castle, gonna go down to him. A quick refrag from Sesame will find a blue card and take him out of the mix.
Doesn't look
Wetzel
like
still first floor.
it doesn't look like UCF is having a very good time assaulting these Romas, but is actually going to even things out, and it is just down to Jelly, Jelly and his two teammates to push downstairs along with. Meanwhile, they still have Quetzal, Portable, and Rocket just rocking their ankles there. Sorry about that.
It's a very tight angle to hold there from Sesame. It's like Dead gonna be using his thermite on a soft wall as Quetzal picks up Jelly, trying to rotate down to the bottom floor. Sesame will be rotating away, trying to sort of hold any angles for his teammate. Rocket gonna be able to take out the thermite. It is just down to Sesame to take out 3 defenders. Otherwise, RIT will end up the victors. Just as so, taking the lead in the first half of Border.
Definitely doing a good job here. I'm not sure what was up with the first 2 rounds, but might have been just a bit of a wind-up for them, trying to get used to how their opponents play, but that's definitely going to be another wind-up now that they have to switch gears completely into attack. I personally hold the belief in Rage that defending is a lot easier than attacking. What about you?
I would say it depends on the map. For Border, I would tend to agree with you. Border is one of those maps that people want to start on defense. You get 2 of arguably the strongest sites to hold in the game, with Workshop and Armory. Those are just such good sites for defenders. Your sight lines are short, they're narrow. You know, it's hallways. The balcony is essentially a hallway. You've got Red Hallway, and then you've got the door from Fountain. That's really all you need to watch. And it makes it so nice for roaming, because you know that most of the things are destructible. So if you need a rotate hole, chances are you can make one right where you need it. And if you want to catch someone through a wall, you can do that too. So defending on Armory is really, really nice, and a lot of people like it. And I'd say the same kind of goes for Workshop. Looks like UCF here gonna be doing a much more standard kind of ranked hold of Armory. They're gonna be running the double reinforcement on Armory wall with the double bandit.
Oh no!
No mirror window is going to be going down this round. That accidental team kill from the bandit free fire will be devastating. Losing those mirror windows, and not only that, but also another operator, is just not good.
I don't know what happened there. Did Jelly get mad at Luke or something? Or did... I don't understand whether he slammed his mouse and ended up with a TK, because now it's 5v4, and RIT definitely has the advantage with, like I said earlier, Luke goes down early in the round, and they sort of seem to fall apart. Let's hope that due to the need for less coordination, this isn't the same. This isn't the what happens here.
A double peek onto AC unit is an interesting use of their time. Sending Glaz is usually one to hold sort of those long angles like that. I'm interested as to why they have the thermite playing on AC unit and not balcony. Looks like Rocket gonna be trying to hold down Red Hallway from CC. Sesame gonna be trying to hold the Fountain against anyone that might try to come in. A good spot for him to be with those smokes, as he can throw them up and over the destructible archways at the top of the walls.
Minute and a half to go. Already halfway done. RIT needs to start pushing here, and looks like they're gonna go for a B plant. They need to give enough of a distraction over on Armory side in order to put that plant down. Or is the Numbtastic is gonna get hit a little bit while being chased by a drone from upstairs. He's gonna watch that. What is the... Oh! Portable picks up the kill onto Deadbite right there. And Sesame is going to try to hold offices, but it's slowly falling apart for UCF. 1 minute to go. The smokes are already coming out. The Thermite needs to come in to plant soon, otherwise they're not going to get anything done here. And RIT just causing havoc left and right. With the glass already inside. Oh no, sorry, that was not Deadbite who died. Sesame is going to get flash here. Gonna down the glass. Not see anything that's happening, is very, very confused. Gonna smoke out Quetzal. Rocket's gonna go down to the Master's LMG. Sesame is just gonna hold this corner on his own. Very scared, very alone. What are you gonna do, Sesame?
15 seconds remaining.
Looks like Sesame does hear that there are a few more defenders there. Is gonna accidentally throw that smoke a little bit too close to himself. Thermite gonna be flashing in, trying to get a good hold. Doesn't know that there's actually 3 attackers on the site and does go down RIT, bringing it up 4-2.
Whew. RIT looked like they were panicking a little bit towards the end of that round, but they definitely picked it back up and went, no. We can do this. We can do this. Doesn't matter. And the smoke fumbling his own smoke and blinding himself with it definitely did not help UCF's plans there.
Absolutely not. It really put that strat that they had in mind out the window immediately. Losing any sort of outside intel you would have gotten is just devastating.
Yeah, I think that UCF would benefit from actually holding their defense a little bit closer to site rather than going all the way out into Fountain. Despite actually being able to pick off, Quetzal's glass of all things, they need to figure out what sort of defense was going to work for them, and let's hope that they don't team kill again this round and actually manage to get a mirror window down.
That would be the ideal scenario, yeah, for sure. Seems they're going to be doing kind of the same thing, setting it up the same way, just trying to pull off whatever strat it is that they were attempting last round. Hopefully this time with a bit more glass.
Yeah, it looks like Quetzal actually switched off of glass into Bach. Sorry about that. Oh wow, I feel like this mirror window is such a ranked play. You usually only see this in rank from very aggressive teams that want to hold it from the bottom, but any sort of buff counterplay is going to open that mirror window, it's going to open up that mirror from below, along with getting the batteries right away if RIT knows what they're doing. And I do like to think that Quetzal knows what he's doing.
I would very much hope so, at the very least. Seems that Jelly's going to be holding inside of metal detectors there. Going to be trying to hold that sort of small area and try to catch off anyone that might try to rotate in from detention onto main stairs.
Quetzal's going to be waiting for his buddy to drone, and meanwhile, oh, it was a bait. He does know that it's easy to actually open up this mirror from below. The RIT is probably not going to be expecting somebody to peek from up ahead, but no, Quetzal actually manages to run away from that as Numtastic escapes into construction, tries to shoot Quetzal, does not get much for his trouble, and is just panicking as he gets shot from the walls, shot from the hallway, shot from the from the bathroom. Whew. And Rocket is going to finish off the roamer, but the Rocket is going to get picked up by Jelly on the refrag on a nice headshot. And Luke here having to actually try very hard not to let RIT take this window just by having it angled back down onto it. They are going to lose a Dokbi.
Looks like he did find a blue card there. That is the diffuser stuck right in the spot you don't want it to be.
That's... That blue card never should have come into Did you see that?
If he knew that there was a hole there, he definitely shouldn't have risked it, because now they have to go there and try to find out the diffuser. Portable going down to Jelly's pistol. Gonna be refragged by Quetzal, but does get a good amount of damage off Quetzal under 25 HP. Mentality just over 50 himself.
Attackers
It's gonna be a
recovered the
2v3 scenario for RIT. Not looking beneficial for them. They do have the diffuser now, managing to sneak past Mira's line of sight, but they have to either get the plant in and defend it, or they have to take out the remaining 3 defenders, 2 of which are full health, 1 of which is slightly injured.
I
Bomb
think they
located
can do
by
it.
attackers.
They have the experience on taking the site.
bomb
But
has been
the
located.
whole thing there. Did you notice that Blue Card's body ended up sitting on one of the chairs right there? Oh no, Quetzal's gonna go down to the evil eye and get finished off.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
It's down to just mentality. Extremely low health, does have the option to withstand, but not going to have any time to do it. Dead Bite, just securing that kill for his team, does see her go down and able to pick that up pretty easily.
RT spent way too much time downstairs and then ended up not giving Blue Card the information he needed to know not to cross through that hallway. Then again, why would you expect somebody to keep holding that angle for most of the round? You probably should, actually.
It's definitely worth at least checking at the minimum. If you don't, you're just saying, alright, I'm just gonna accept the fact that I might get shot and drop the diffuser in a bad spot. Six pick onto the Valkyrie there from Cool Hand Luke. That's going to be a smart choice, being able to get any sort of outside intel with those black eye camps. Hopefully able to find something that his team can use to their advantage. Maybe a nitro cell, maybe a quick pre-fire through a window, maybe just knowing where they are. Those Valk cams will pose a bit of a threat to RIT. However, on the flip side, if the Dokkaebi of RIT does manage to hack the cams, then they will have access to those as well.
Alright, let's see.
10 seconds
Looks like they're also going for the safe room strategy here, where you can watch the hack pretty handily. They're pretty much it's the same strategy that RIT used, and they're definitely gonna pick up on. Sorry, my voice is not responding well to me today. But anyways, they picked up the same strategy that RIT did, probably trying to safeguard those hatches. It is a bit more of a difficult site, in my opinion, to take now that they've actually managed to keep it. And they are gonna use at least what 2-3 reinforcements upstairs.
Definitely a couple getting used for the upstairs hold, and depending on to the amount that they can actually use them effectively, I would say it could be definitely worthwhile.
There's about 3 roamers upstairs, a Valkyrie, a Castle, and a Jaeger. Oh! Valkyrie picking up the kill onto Mentality is going to take quite a bit of damage from Quetzal. Is he going to see him first? Yes, the headshot goes out onto Cool Hand Luke, and then Portable gets picked up by Numpastic in the east stairs. But they are going to pick up the cams here, which is going to be a huge asset to those dead players who are going to be able to watch those like hawks.
Having 2 attackers able to watch those cams for them means that they'll have nearly a constant stream of intel flowing in. They will have a lot of information to work with.
Like Quetzal is on the prowl for Numpastic. Numpastic trying to pick him up with the element of surprise. And he's just gonna wait for him to expose himself while Rocket will get fragged by Jelly. Jelly will get refragged by Blue Card. Quetzal, come on, find that damn Jaeger. He's just right on that wall. He might expose himself there, and he's gonna go for the second track. Sees the Rager run, fires off a few shots, whiffs, and does not manage to kill him just yet. And Quetzal will go down, but not out.
Looks like Numpastic doesn't actually know there. The quick peek from Sesame, able to pick up Blue Card. A nice headshot with that FMG-9. Up the hatch, too. Gonna secure that round for UCF.
That was round 8. Where are we at? Are we at 5-4? No, we're 4-4. Wow, these teams are pretty even.
Definitely one of the most even scores we've seen RIT get to, for sure. They've been pretty overwhelmingly dominant this season in their division, but it seems like UCF definitely has a bone to pick. They're bringing them a fair helping of competition, at the very least. I would be. I'm hesitantly optimistic to say that they have a pretty decent shot at securing this map.
I think at this point, I'm going to say it's anybody's game. 4-4,
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
but it is customs. It is customs, so UCF will have their work cut out for them.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
That is true. It is one of the hardest sites to hold on this map, I'd say, in combination with bathroom. That site's very difficult to hold as well.
Yeah, RIT did a good job of holding it when they got it. But they're gonna go for customs instead. I think that this site is so much more vulnerable than bathroom, though, especially because this site falls much easier once the room upstairs is taken, because that hatch has so many overwhelming angles in order to catch any defenders that are still holding it just from above customs.
Absolutely, watching those central hatches in CCTV can be very strong from an attacking standpoint, and it's so hard to retake as a defender, because you don't have a lot of ways to fight back against that kind of vertical gameplay when you're stuck below them. We've seen that UCF can do it. We saw just last round the Smoke fighting an uphill battle against Thermite and actually winning it out. But at the same time, it is a very difficult gunfight if both players are evenly skilled.
Looks like Luke here is gonna pick up 2 drones, and they're gonna be RT is gonna be aware that he's near these stairs. Quetzal's gonna push into office, picking up Blackbeard in order to not leave anything up to chance. Definitely wanting that overwhelming superiority with immunity to headshots. Numtax is gonna pick up a drone and go out into the hallway. Does Quetzal not know that he's to his right? No, Quetzal, come on!
A bit of a sad pick, I'd say, for Numtastic. Shooting a man looking the wrong way is, it's a kill, but I can't say he would feel good about it.
Numtastic wasn't even being very quiet. He was definitely running down the hall. I'm not sure what Quetzal's doing. I don't know where Quetzal's ears are, because this is the second time where he's been caught off guard by somebody coming in.
Yeah, it's something that makes you definitely ask the question of, what was he listening to? Jelly gonna be in a bad spot, but Numtastic able to hold it from a different angle. Rocket accidentally team killing Portable, both keeping the window at the same time. Knows that there's one in the back of break room there, able to spot them out, not able to get the kill. Jelly able to do a quick peek and take out one. It is just down to Rocket. 1v5, not a good spot. They know where he is. It's anyone's guess as to who will pick up Rocket, or if he will be able to pick up the 1v5. Doesn't manage to take out the camera.
It looks like the tension is getting to him at this moment, because he's kind of in a panic to sprawl here. 30 seconds to go, and 1v4. He needs to fight an uphill battle, and he's not doing a good job of it as he gets picked up from above by Luke.
Making just a bit too much noise sprinting around the map there did give Luke all the intel he needed to just know they're below me, jump down, and it's a free kill. And it was exactly that.
Whew.
UCF, all they have to do is take this round, and they actually win map 1 as Border.
They do have armory lockers available to them, which is one of the strongest sites on Border. This is looking like a UCF win right now. RIT needs to pick themselves back up, because they just got slammed in the gut.
They had that momentum going for a while, but it seems like they really just didn't have the wind in their sails these past few rounds. Really just weren't able to make the plays that they needed to get themselves going.
It's just not a favorable outcome for them. I don't. Right there, the defense upstairs was definitely pretty good with their gunfights, and did not let up. Especially after
Attackers
Portable
need
got
to locate and
TK'd by
defuse as many
Rocket. I'm
bombs
not
as they
sure
can.
why they were holding the same angle to the point where he got shot in the head from behind.
I am not really sure. They didn't really move around to try to hold multiple angles from DC.
Bomb located by attackers.
It looks like they're going to be going. UCF is going to run with the same hold that they've been running in the past. It did work out for them earlier. So they're probably just going to try to run off of that success and try to make it work again. Same team comp, same sort of style, it seems. Maestro Cam is going to be going up in the same spot as
Attackers have
well.
recovered their diffuser.
That hold on
Attackers
8th unit did work in their favor last time, able to distract Zofia and take out Buck. Both in the same round. Looks like the same team comp from RIT is coming out as well.
Oh. It's like they haven't learned much, but this configuration does work for taking Armory. They just need to make sure that they don't get hung up on the mirror window from below. Last time they gave them a lot of trouble as that angle actually managed to get the diffuser down onto the main door of the main door of border. Numtastic once again roaming his best ability. RIT actually trying to use the drones to pressure him towards one way. Not sure if they're gonna pick back up on that, but the lion call is gonna come out from Rocket. Numtastic is gonna get seen by the lion, but not gonna kick. Oh, Jelly picks up the kill onto Portable, being in the bathroom, but gets refragged quickly by Rocket.
Keeping that lion on the board is going to be good for them. They did lose Jackal, but the really only roamer that they have to worry about is the Jaeger. They don't really have to worry about the other three as they play much more of a sight role. And speaking of sight, peeking through the floor, CHL getting a nice headshot onto Quetzal. That's going to be the buck off the board. One frag going unused. That master key just not going to be able to open up the walls it needed to. Numtastic still holding red, does spot out the one drone. It is down to Blue Card and the rest of his team to try to hold this round for them. 3v4 scenario, they do have the numbers advantage.
UCF, it's 1 minute to go. They're nowhere near sight. It's looking more and more like UCF is going to win this. Numtastic being very patient here. Trying to is possibly going to shoot through the wall. Not yet. What? Oh, he's hiding in the room in case that since they don't have time. They don't think they have time to drone. They do have time to drone. Rocket just wastes a shot over there onto Sesame. Blue Card just trying to find that Jaeger. Numtastic is gonna take some damage from the wall and then finally get fragged by Blue Card. It's 3v3, 30 seconds to go. Rocket's still not gonna find the headshot he needs. I don't think he can actually hit over there. And the smoke is going to start to go out. Sesame's going to get concussed here. Blue Card tries to just completely overwhelm him, give him a sensory overload. Sesame goes down. It is down to just the mirror and the... Oh, the C4 is going to go out!
That diffuser going down, there's only 2 seconds left on the clock. Maestro does go down, it's down to just Mira. The plate is there. RIT managing to clutch it at the very last second.
Oh, that C4 may have gone down way too early from Luke, actually letting RIT pick the diffuser back up and start planting it, giving them the extension on the timer they needed to find the last frag. Whew. My heart's pounding a little bit, Enrage. What about you?
It definitely got me on the edge of my seat for that round. It was so close. I really felt like UCF had that in the bag until they dropped the Maestro. So he spent all the time on his cams just trying to get intel for Mira, but little did he know they were going for him instead, trying to pick up the frag as quick as possible.
It's so... Oh. Whew. I'm gonna take a nice swift drink of water because I I need to calm down.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
But
attackers.
RIT definitely doing a good job there, taking sight and just not letting themselves panic when the diffuser got dropped by a C4.
Moving on to the very final round here.
Attackers have located a
UCF
bomb.
going to be trying their hardest to run that defense again against RIT. It nearly worked out last round. If they can just play it that little bit better that they were missing, that could end up securing this for them. On the other hand, if RIT manages to play it smarter than they did previously, they will also be able to take this map for themselves.
5 seconds to go.
Don't you ever wonder just what's happening in the comms of these teams? When it comes down to this last round, this overtime, and you've had, you know, a couple rounds where you just didn't click with your team, TKs on both sides.
I'd like to imagine that it's silence so that they can hear and that they know what's going on, but I know that there's just gonna be someone just wondering, just that little bit off. You know, someone just getting that heated in that moment. You can just imagine the comms just flaring up at the end of a round, especially for UCF taking that round. They had to be very hyped, and then to lose it.
Gonna try to hold well here. Talking a little bit fast between them here, but it's like they're UCF did not switch up their defense at all. There's still the denial. There's still the Mira. They're gonna be holding that same angle. I don't know if that's gonna work out for them. RIT brought back the Lion on Rocket. He's definitely gonna be using that to his advantage. You know, Mentality is actually gonna be holding a nice angle as Rocket picks up a kill onto the Jaeger, and then Portable gets fragged out by the Mira. Oh, in the office. Looks like he's actually picking a different angle, so this is a different strategy. Pardon me. Luke definitely knows his angles around Order.
Looks like he's going to be holding onto archive or offices there, trying to get any sort of sight line. It is a 4v4 even across the board. Only a minute left on the clock for RIT to attack this. I believe the Mira still has her nitro cell, as might the Bandit. Smoke still also has all 3 smoke charges left to use there as well. Maestro holding a nice pixel peek.
Oh,
The Thermite, CHL just not quite spotting it. Not going to take any damage though. Does peek it and get taken out. In the background there was a frag by Maestro. Portable finding...
nope, that's
or
Rocket.
finding one. Those Bandit batteries going down. Does see the Maestro cam. The Maestro is still alive. Jelly able to come up from the backside and take one by surprise. That's Rocket off the board. Jelly working around at the last minute or half minute to try to close out anyone left. That Maestro cam getting some good damage onto Thermite, not enough to secure any sort of kill. Doesn't know to pixel peek the bomb, and it's blue card against Jelly and another. Jelly does have it down. Jelly able to take both. UCF winning in overtime. UCF taking border. Barely beating RIT at their own game.
Jelly peeking at the right moment and getting the right kills. Whew. That was definitely another heart-pounding round there. Blue card definitely should not have been planting there at the point. At the second that no, there was no reaction there. Jelly immediately pushed in, knowing that blue card was planting, and secured the round for UCF. That was a very well played border from both teams. Despite
Absolutely. That was fantastic.
we might be giving them a yep, they're requesting their 5-minute break here, so we're just gonna keep talking through what happened there, what went well, what went wrong for each team. So TKs on both sides. That's always bad when that happens, but you know, it happens. Sometimes the teams were a bit stubborn to change up their to change their compositions. What do you think, Enridge?
I'd say that both teams were missing some pretty key components. Like, our RIT seemed to really be kind of sleeping on the first half of the game. They brought it back, but then they just kind of lulled back again. It was kind of roller coaster. They were on the low point, they brought it up high, and then they kind of fell back low at the end. And that loss of energy at the end, I feel like, really had them going. Those last 2 rounds, it felt like they were putting a lot more dedication and energy into it, but they weren't quite able to really connect their strategy to their gameplay. It seems like they knew what they had to do in mind, they just weren't able to quite do it as effectively as they'd hoped. Overall, I think UCF, as far as being able to challenge them goes, did pretty well on that front. They had a lot of good refrags. I think both sides had it, where if someone got taken out on one side, they were immediately picked up by the other, and it was great, because it meant that both teams were constantly backing each other up, and if they lost a firefight, they weren't going to lose any sort of advantage if possible. But at the same time, I feel like UCF kind of skated by there. I feel like they should have had a bit of a harder time. It seemed like they were getting by on a bit of a whim in a couple of those rounds on the first half.
Yeah, definitely. The communication by UCF seemed good, but Jelly being able to pick up those last 2 kills in overtime, it just seemed to come down to a bit of luck on how the recoil panned out for him, meaning that he was able to just push in the last second, which was good for him, but the RIT definitely had like a good way of taking site. It just, in the end, they weren't able to cover each other.
Yeah, I mean, they got some pretty good frags, especially in that last round. They had the advantage, but playing 2 people on bomb just allowed Jelly to kind of walk in a circle around it and get both of them without really any contesting.
Yeah. Just being able to see it on the delay is always interesting, because we can just slowly review what we've been saying, and it's just a lot of mishaps in the heat of the moment, as just a clutch comes out all of a sudden from a single player on a 2v1. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and ask our teams if they are ready and go into Oregon pretty soon. These are the 2 most played maps in the league. I should know. I've personally filled out so many forms just stating as such with every single game that I admin. We are going to give them 1 more minute here for the break. These teams are very equal, and I wonder if going over to Oregon, either one will catch a decent lead. Because
Oregon seems to be one of those maps that one team really just can get going on. It's one of those things that's like, I really think that if RIT can get a hold on it, they'll just kind of take off. And I feel the same will be for UCF. So I think that they're really gonna focus on just trying to get their momentum going this time, so they don't have to worry about the back and forth sort of dynamic that they had going there.
Definitely. So it looks like let's see, RIT is actually attacking on Oregon first. So what site do you think UCF is actually going to pick first? Emerge?
Sorry?
Oh, I asked what site did you think that UCF was going to pick up first? I'm going to put my bet down on basement.
I on the contrary, I'd say second floor. I've seen it be picked a lot more as the first site this season. I think just due to Maverick's potential on Oregon. being able to open up the hatch in main entry without really any contesting, and also to be able to open up sight lines from electrical into the site is just really good, and the fact that it really can't be shut down by anything means that he kind of has a free take on at least half of the site.
Yeah,
So I feel like they're gonna go with second floor just to give themselves as best of a chance as possible. But at the same time, if they have a strat prepped for basement that they want to go with, I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
looks like the ban phase is going to go underway. UCF, right away banning what seems to be Montaigne. I don't. Did they? I'm not sure UCF did their research on RIT. They don't usually play Montaigne. I'm not sure what is up with that, but RIT is going to go ahead and ban Jackal so that there's no more tracking going on. Bit more of a. I really don't understand that Montaigne ban. So the second time it comes out, and RIT is just not a team that's historically used Monty much.
Especially on Oregon, Monty isn't really seen all that much. His push into basement is really limited because smoke can just counter that so hard, and any sort of nitros from a mirror window, granted mirror is banned, but they can also shut him down pretty easily there.
Could this just
The
be...
Echo ban, however, is definitely a smart pick. Those yokais can be really, really bad for any attackers that are trying to pull off last-minute plants.
We did see in the highlight, I think we saw in one of the previous highlight reels, a literal last-second Echo pick up the yokai in panic and managed to actually fire upon an attacker who was planting. That was amusing, but also very impressive.
Echo is the king of shutting down those last-minute plants just due to his ability to instantly stop any form of plant. So if they're planting when the timer hits 0 and Echo's alive, you can just kiss that round goodbye. Because you're not going to get that back.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Oh, it's like, yep, starting off with a basement hold instead. No Maverick coming out from RIT. Instead having a Hibana and an Ash. Might see a hard push from Harry Potter or Blue.
Definitely possible. The only hard breacher on RIT is going to be blue card on Hibana. So that means that they're most likely going to be going for opening up hatches if they're going for this type of strat. They did also bring a Capitao, which means that if the Maestro chooses to play inside of the closet there, that will be pretty bad news for him, as those Maestro bolts will most likely find him and give him a quick end.
Oh, please do not combine operators in Rage. You just there combine Maestro's Evil Eye with Capitao's Bolt, and I'm just imagining an Evil Eye with a crossbow.
I would definitely pay to see that. And Evil Eye shooting asphyxiation bolts would be definitely a horror in this game.
Especially with that fire rate. Ooh, Numtastic is getting peeked at here, but gonna get pre-fired. Fire back at Rocket, and both will walk away getting scathed. Scathed? Scathed. Probably the wrong word.
Quetzal going to be trying to push up those main stairs, trying to find an angle onto Num there, but it's not really going to work out for him at the rate that he's going. Slow peeking his Ash, not really your best choice, but it looks like Numtastic is there in the back, just holding inside of Master Bedroom Closet, trying to get any angles onto the main hallway. Zophia's concussion grenades going out, finding the mute there. If only for a second, will throw him off a little bit, able to give them a nice little entry there. Already pushing up onto site, she does see the legs and not able to pick up the shot. A quick upshot from mute does get refragged by Portable. Numbtastic knows that there's 2 up there, but he doesn't know where. He does hear the Ash putting it up there in the corner, but Ash crouched, not aiming at the right spot. Quetzal able to take up the frag. It is a 4v3 now, RIT leading. They do know that the remaining, or most of the remaining defenders will be in basement trying to hold that site as much as possible. However, CHL is in attic trying to hold an angle. A very long one at that.
So me more like he's trying to retreat back to site and not let RIT have an easy time going through attic itself. But RIT is probably going to try to seal out CHL right away here. He gives up the angle and is going to slowly get pushed through the attic by Quetzal. Quetzal is not going to see him and get fragged instead in the head, and that'll leave CHL to be able to push down. It is kind of late into the round and looks like they're finally going to open up the hatch. It's 20 seconds to go. CHL is coming around for the flank. There's nobody watching the stairs. He's just waiting.
Attackers have located a bomb.
CHL could definitely bring this into a very good end for his team. He does pick up 1. They do know he's on the stairs. He does pick up the 2nd on Lion. It is just down to the Habana of blue card, and he does go down. CHL with the 3K closing out the round.
Really doing a good job here, flanking around and managing to finish it out. Okay, no, that's fine.
Overall, well done by UCF. They able to get that roamer to stay alive just long enough to wait for the end of the round and really just plow through the remaining attackers, like just bowling them down.
It's a little bit unorthodox. 3 roamers on a basement hold. It's you usually want at least 2 or 3 people holding that basement. Because if you don't have one person watching the back and one person watching the front, along with a little bit of backup, you tend to lose sight really easily. But I don't think Quetzal should have opened up attic. I think Quetzal should have kept attic nice and sealed, because that gave Luke a very easy way to rotate onto the stairs instead of having to go either through site or through meeting. And RIT just not being able to cover themselves with, I guess, claymores didn't help either.
Yeah, I mean, that really wasn't the spot they wanted to be in, I don't think, was having that roamer there. I feel like they felt they had it under control, but as soon as they all diverted their attention away from attic onto starting to push onto site due to the time crunch, they really just kind of gave up any security they had of getting flanked.
Definitely. They did bring in the... They did bring Lion back because UCF's roam game is pretty strong. I think that RIT could definitely do a bit better if... I don't want to recommend a rush. I don't want to recommend a rush, but the fact is, if UCF is going to keep spending so many operators on roaming, that might be their best choice, because then retaking the site would be such a huge task for those roamers. But then again, I do believe UCF has enough communication between them in order to be able to be able to communicate that a rush is coming and that the roamer should collapse immediately back onto site.
Overall, we're seeing a pretty slow peak, or a slow entry here from RIT. They're really taking their time with this. Maestro playing a good spot, hiding just behind that bunk out of Glaz's thermal scope's view. Overall, it looks like Thermite going to be trying to open up the walls of bunk to give his team a better spot to plant in. But there are the mute jammers there, so he won't be able to open that up quite yet. Doesn't seem to want to do that, knowing that there is someone in armory. Does take out the black eye cam. That will mean that he is a bit more open to do that. Doesn't actually take any damage from the nitro cell through the floor, just unfortunately placed under that cabinet.
Looks like Mentelli is going to try to follow up on who planted that C4 there. Has been damaged already. Is he gonna go? Oh, yep. Luke is gonna pick up the kill onto the thermite and not let the wall open up. Quetzal's gonna get picked up by the Maestro on the window, and this round with just a minute to go is looking very favorably for UCF. But we have seen RIT pull themselves out of worse debacles before, and Portable hits, I believe, 2 shots in there onto the smoke, but not much. We're gonna see Mentality go down to Deadlight. I'm not sure. I couldn't read the name.
Rocket gonna be encountering the Valkyrie very soon. Does actually manage to take out there, but Portable getting 1. It is just up to him to fight off all of the remaining defenders, and he does go down. Does get 2 kills for his team. A 2-0 lead already for UCF. What an overwhelming start.
RIT really should exercise their rehost at this point. They really need that technical break at this moment.
I feel like they're not really taking the time they need to group up and think about moving forward. They seem to be kind of caught in a bit of a loop right now. They're kind of stuck in a feedback loop. They keep doing the same thing and kind of hoping for something to change, I think. And I feel like that's what's holding them back right now, is they keep kind of trying the same thing and trying to force it to work. But in Siege, you can't force anything to work if you're against someone who's evenly skilled. You have to come up with a way to counter them.
Definitely. Looks like we're gonna go off into round 3. RIT. Was that a blitz?
Defenders, protect your
Did I
bombs
just?
from being
Oh.
used by attackers.
Quetzal picking up the 1v1 king here. Must have picked up on maybe the reason that UCF does not like shields. Maybe he's gonna exploit that a little bit. Doesn't look like UCF is gonna reinforce that west wall on dining hall.
Overall, we're seeing a good team comp, I'd say, from UCF to hold this. Legion is able to hold a lot of those windows and doorways with his goo mines. The Castle's going to be able to board any sort of undesirable angles. And those Maestro cams are so powerful for holding sight. Just really able to take care of anything that might get in their way, and I feel like they're hopefully going to use that to their advantage. They've been doing it so far. And their smoke grenades have been, I feel, a little underappreciated. They've been really strong for doing their job.
Yeah. Is immediately going to enter the big tower, knowing that there's nobody nearby to stop him. But there is... No, there is. Luke was just downstairs, and they're going to go after him. They do see him... Oh, they're just going to miss him with the... Oh, no, they know he's there. Quetzal comes around and gets... Oh! What? What?
That knife should not have hit. That was
not right.
I am very surprised. Legion down. They do drone it out. That he is going to get picked up quickly here by Portable. However, 2 down for the record. It is a 3v4 scenario, and they're going to have a hard time getting into sight with both Maestro cams, those Jaeger ADSs, and smoke grenades. Not to mention the castle barricades, with no one really there to breach them besides Thermite. That's going to be a tough spot to put them in.
I'm just still incredulous that the fact that melee hit. Like, from our perspective, it should not have hit at all.
I think that Blitz was right at about starting his melee animation, so the shield did drop just enough for that knife to hit. And that's such a crushing spot to be in for Quetzal. That has to just feel terrible. Fantastic. Looking to go for a nasty flank here. If this pays off, it could end up in a 2, maybe even 3K. He's gonna be holding the wrong angle. Doesn't spot out the... No! Numtastic going down to Portable, just taking the wrong time to look the wrong way. Didn't spot out the head there, but does manage to pick it up quickly, evening the odds and actually putting it in their favor for RIT. It is down to Sesame and Jelly trying to hold down Kitchen.
Jelly's not even on site. He's upstairs. Also trying to get the flank, and he does get it on Portable. Meaning
Evening
that
out
it
those
says
odds.
2v2. Where is the... Oh my god, blue card needs to come back. And
Blue card has that diffuser. He's gonna be needing to get onto site at some point. Does seem that he checked the stairs briefly, but didn't actually spot them out entirely there. That's gonna possibly be a hassle for him later, taking a lot of damage from Capitau's firebolt. It's gonna be pretty bad for him. That plant is going down. Looks like Sesame picking up one with that. The smoke does go out, not able to get the diffuser down, not quite at the right angle. This crossfire getting set up here, not going to work out for them. The timing just a little off. Blue card does have the chance to hold this. He does know that Quetzal is peeking, or that Castle is peeking from the other end. He does know that he's there now. Does not have a lot of time for Castle to work with. Castle doing the quick peek back, but not going to go down. Blue card clutching that round out for his team, giving it to RIT, handling them their first round so far on Oregon.
definitely a good clutch from RIT there. Finally showing up on Oregon for once on this map, on this series. Oh, that was a little tough to watch. I mean, they managed to get the flankers out of the way pretty early, but then the last one managed to just give them a bit of a hiccup, but they did not panic, and they managed to push site, which with such a sorry, I can't think of the word. I'm completely blanking out. A never give up attitude?
I suppose, yeah. They showed that they were thinking about it a lot. They really brought something to the table there that they hadn't been putting forward previously, I think. And I think that that's what was so important there, is that they were willing to put forth that new thing that they hadn't tried before, just kind of working towards taking site a little differently. They almost put themselves in a bad spot, but they managed to bring it back.
Yeah, the castle walking off of that angle definitely allowed RIT the window they needed to plant into kitchen. Still a bit of a mistake with taking so much damage from that asphyxiation bolt, but he still managed to get the job done with half the health that the castle had left. I don't think the castle actually did take any damage until that final confrontation, did he?
I don't think so, no.
So, good job. Good job, blue card. The resident hard breacher, player here. Looks like Quetzal is going to be looking for that backup from his team in order to enter here. Does seem like he's cooled down a little bit from before. Definitely choosing to pick the blitz up in an attempt to try and tilt the other team a little bit.
I feel like this shield play might work out for them a little bit better. I mean, that one knife ended really poorly for them, and it was something that I feel like they weren't expecting to have happen. But if Quetzal can manage to pull this off effectively, and like that, he did support his team there, which is what the objective was. He got that down. The Legion picking just the right time to take care of that phone call, barely dodging a headshot. They do know he's there, and Quetzal still is down but not out. It looks like he's gonna get spotted here, but no rocket there to hold him back. CHL does manage to pick off Quetzal and get some damage onto Portable. Not gonna go down though. Jelly be able to pick up a refrag on a rocket. It's gonna put them in a 3v3 scenario. Blue card able to get some shots towards Maestro. Not any of them gonna hit though. Jelly missing just a little bit of health. CHL very low. Same deal for Portable. Blue card running out of construction, trying to go from a different angle mentality, holding those stairs.
This is... Oh, is he going to try to... Yeah, he's trying to pressure Jelly. I don't think he knows Jelly is in big tower just now. Oh, he does know. He does get peeked by Jelly. Does not take any damage, and Jelly's going to try to rotate out using his C4. Meanwhile, Portable and Blue Card and Mentality have their work cut out for them. One impact could mean the end of Portable's short time inside just in Electric Room. Oh, Blue Card is gonna lose the diffuser in Meeting Hall.
That's a crushing spot to lose it, and Jelly able to hold it off. That pre-fire just taking him out. It is up to the two-man duo of Portable and Mentality. They have to try to take this as efficiently as possible and also get that diffuser in the next 20 seconds. That's going to be rough. Shooting a dead body Portable, that doesn't work. Cool Hand Luke taking out one, the other getting fragged by Deadbite.
Dak definitely did not show up for RIT this time, choosing to try to rush in through electrical and just not finding what they needed. They had a good start, taking out one roamer who tried to flank them, but then falling victim to the second one, needing Blue Card to go all the way around upstairs and really needing to pick up that kill on Jelly, which meant the end for him in meeting hall as soon as he tried to cross into it. The picks are just not happening for RIT in that round.
It was a truly unfortunate turn there at the end. Our RIT seemed to have it really under control. They were holding their angles. They had, as soon as anyone came down the stairs or tried to flank on them, they got taken out immediately. However, just running off with the diffuser there just really put them in a bad spot. Losing that in meeting hall while there only 30 seconds left in the round and no time to go grab it.
Defenders
Nothing
protect
they
your
could have
bombs
really
from
hoped to
being
have done
defused
about
by
that.
attackers.
That was definitely a calmer round for RIT, I have to say though. They saw that UCF likes to play with a lot of roamers, and they tried to capitalize on that with that rush, like I said they should. And in the end, they lost the momentum of getting onto site as soon as Quetzal went down in the hallway, and ended up just letting themselves get preyed upon by roamers just off to the side, who decided to actually keep their angles instead of rushing in for the frags, which just
Attackers recovered the bomb
managed to
diffuser.
give such a
Attackers'
time
objective
pressure
is
on
to locate a
RIT that they
bomb and
didn't,
defuse it.
they just couldn't fix it.
Yeah, that was pretty devastating, I'd say. They're just overall, just their progress that round was going so good, and it just got stopped just as quickly. In this round, it looks like they're going to be taking a bit more time to drone out. It seems that they were using the first 30 seconds to just kind of get set up. They've got two people on drones right now, just trying to get as much out of there as they can before trying to work into sight. They don't want to lose anyone to those last-minute peaks like they have been the last few rounds.
Yeah. Looks like Blue Card is going to go into the bedrooms again. Let's hope that he doesn't get flanked by a roamer again. Also, literally putting his face up to the window. And just trying to find somebody, firing to the mattress. There isn't really... Oh, there is one person on site. But he's not going to find him. And is the wall going to get opened up already? Yes! RIT, way before there's only half the round left, has already opened the bunk's bedroom, and the smokes are going to start to go out. This is not looking good for UCF. They haven't managed to take out any of RIT's players, and they are already planning on planting.
I feel that RIT has really gotten themselves kind of hyped up for this one. They seem to be working really efficiently as a team. They know what they're doing. They seem to be really getting into the gear of things, and it feels like they've finally kind of passed that warm-up period that they were at before.
Mentality picking up the kill on 2. I cannot read that. It was too pixely. Mentality getting refragged by Jelly. Jelly definitely showing up a lot on these plays here. Portable is already taking Armory. They are primed for a plant here. See, Luke being very, very patient here. Oh, the angle! The angle! Is that a down? No, it is not a down.
At just a sliver of health remaining, Cool Hand Luke just trying to hold off as long as possible. Blue Card trying to get any sort of angle, but does get picked up by Quetzal. Jelly manages to take out one.
Rocket.
That'll even out the score.
RIT needs to push in now, otherwise they will not have this.
UCF just managing to hold
15 seconds
on,
left.
just not willing to let go. They will claw their way to victory as much as
going down.
possible. One going down, two, and the third getting picked up by a dead bite.
Oh. Looks like the rehost is going to be requested by RIT for a break. 1-4 for them. 1-4 in favor of UCF, and they're going to take a quick break. It is their right to, you know, try and figure out what they're doing.
They do have one more rehost left if should they choose to use it. Looks like they're just gonna probably take this time and kind of slow down, evaluate what they're doing, and see what they can do to come back.
They definitely need to calm down. They seemed pretty hyped that round, but it seemed like they calmed down a little bit too much to the point where they spent a lot more time searching out those roamers. Especially with the Quetzal going so far as to finding those slivers of pixels that he could shoot on Luke in the attic. Chad does bring up a bit of a good point. RIT has not been playing very conservatively with their drones and with their bodies. UCF just has a very good drone game, as we saw in Border.
They've been keeping their numbers advantage as long in the round as possible, and I feel like that's really been the edge that they've gotten, is that being able to keep that one extra person alive really just gives them the leeway they need to take those riskier fights near the end of the round. If they lose one person in a 4v2, that's fine. And I think that RIT hasn't really realized that, is that RIT might have the stronger frag game, but when it's a 2v1, the most you can really hope to get out of that, if you have two people shooting at you, is that you manage to take out the person that you're aiming at.
Definitely.
And they seem to be playing it a bit like 5 one-on-ones, and that's not really the mentality, pardon the pun, that they should be going for. Overall, I hope that they can come back from this rehost with a little bit more collection under their belt. Seem a little bit more organized, if nothing else.
Oh, it seems that Quetzal's actually been having sound problems all night, and so the question that we had in Border is sorry. The question that we had on Border was, is Quetzal hearing these steps? Is Quetzal not hearing people rush him? It seems to be a literal game issue for Quetzal in not having sound in Siege is something that's devastating. It's definitely losing one of your senses. I know this because me and my friends played a round of Siege where we were knife only, no sound. It is terrifying to play Siege with no sound. It's ridiculous. Have you tried to play Siege without any sound, Rainrage, before?
I've done a bit of practice in T-Hunt with no sound to try to improve aim, and it's tough, for sure. It's amazing how much you rely on sound to just figure out where an enemy might be coming from. Like earlier today, I was able to get in a quick match over my lunch break between classes, and I was playing a casual match, and I was able to hear someone coming up behind me because of the sound, and that was a 1v1 scenario, and that gave me the edge I needed. And stuff like that is what makes sound so important. It gives you an edge over other players if you can hear them and they can't hear you. So if Quetzal's having problems with his audio, that would definitely explain some of the interesting plays we've seen used against him.
Well, it looks like both teams are ready to get back into it. Let's hope that that was the break that RIT needed in order to manage to bring it back around. They need to run this back at least 5 rounds, starting off on a defense already. But they do have the advantage of having taken at least 1 round away from UCF. And it looks like we're gonna go. Oh, we're missing 1 band, but that's okay. The other band was Monty, and just by honor, Monty will not be played.
We have seen in the past that Blue Card has played Clash on Oregon before, so I'm hesitantly optimistic to see what he can bring on it. It worked out pretty well for them in some of their previous matches, but Clash against Ying and Zofia and Thatcher, I'm not as confident in. Zofia is able to knock aside that shield with her concussions, Thatcher's able to disable the taser so people can close the gap, and Ying's able to blind Clash so she doesn't see anything. So I feel like they've got enough counters that it'll make that not issue, or a non-issue.
Okay, it's starting off the basement this time. Kind of a new thing for RIT, not starting off with the double windows instead. Looks like they're gonna go for a timeout here, while Quetzal will try to be a terrorist as well, with possibly a roaming rocket.
5 seconds
What do you
left.
think, Enrage?
I'm optimistic. I want to say that this is going to work out for them, because RIT's border defense is pretty different than, or Oregon defense is different than most Oregon defenses I see. It's close to what's popular, but it's just that little bit different that gives them the ability to shift up their opposition and kind of throw them off their game. And I feel like that's what they're going to need to do here if they want to try to retake the rounds they need to not put themselves at match point here. It's like they're going to be devoting, UCF here, devoting 2 people to the main door. The rest will be working from other angles, trying to drown out roamers right now, spending the first near minute of the round and almost entirely purely on trying to take out anyone who might be playing off of site. And that's something that UCF has been doing really heavily, is just trying to take out any roamers they can. They know that Quetzal's up in attic now. Jelly's going to be watching that, trying to hold that angle. Quetzal just trying to stay back and kind of hope that they don't come for him. He doesn't have any rotate holes made right now. Ella does have 1 concussion mine left to throw in case someone comes onto site, but she will be playing on site as well. Not really a common play there. Looks like Zophia's going to be pretty aggressively peeking up onto Quetzal here. Jelly does take a bit of damage. Quetzal falling down, taking some shots, putting some into Ying as well, but going to go down in that trade. Luke on the Ying, able to take him out. Some claymores going down at the top of the stairs, maybe using a candela to clear out into the hallway. We will see in the future. Thermite going to be pushing up onto Clash of Blue Card, trying to free that up as much as possible. Zofia using her concussion effectively there to knock away Clash's shield, enough to get her to half health. She can do that 1 more time. That will be Clash out of the way. Looks like Thermite's going to have to focus his attention now onto the hatch, trying to open that up for his team. 1 minute left in the round for them to attack it. They do open that hatch up, and they do have a good sightline onto Clash. It looks like Sophia's going to be probably moving back with that lifeline, trying to get anything possible. Ooh, CHL just barely missing the feet of Clash from down in the back hallway from Tower. Mentality waiting right around the corner, almost taking some shots from Two-Hand Luke, but just managed escaping past. Flash is starting to drop down from the hatch. It looks like a 3-man push down basement stairs. Ying's Candela is going into sight. Everything's opening up. Chaos going in sight. Ying able to pick up Mentality, a nice headshot. Is Gumine does pick up Clash. Is she able to pick up the Gumine in time? No, gonna go down. 2 down to Portable. It is Portable and the Maestro of Rocket and Portable left. Down to just Rocket, who will fall.
Definitely.
Well executed by UCF there, using the last minute of their time really effectively, just completely
Collapse.
throwing the site into bewilderment.
It's a good collapse. It's a great collapse there.
Absolutely.
There's not much RIT could have done that there. They tried to retake site. They got fragged out by the attackers who held good angles, and they just lost the gunfights overall. They managed to take out 2 of UCF's roster, but not much else. Looks like the blitz is going to be coming out from Cool Hand Luke here. Is this a reply to Quetzal playing blitz on when it was his turn? No, looks like instead he was trying to bait out a 6-pick from Quetzal onto Frost. And that definitely... Nope! Onto Castle. Quetzal countering the mind games with his own mind.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
That's-
bombs as
Game
they
of his
can.
I want to say that's a good pick for them. They have a couple long-range operators there. You know, Dokubi is there with her Mark 17, or Mark 14, excuse me. And you got Zofia with M762. I'm wondering what they're going to be running the castle for, though. It doesn't seem like it's going to be much of a hindrance against Zofia's lifeline.
It must be to try and seal off...
10 seconds
No?
left
Is he going into the bedroom? No, he's not going into bunk. He's instead picking up his
5 seconds to go.
castle. Okay, then he's probably going to shut off armory
Attackers
around the
recovered bomb
attackers.
diffuser. Attackers must locate
I'm
and
not sure if
defuse
that's
the
a
bomb.
good idea or not, or what is he... Okay, that's a new camp spot, I guess. Probably gonna make it hard to see. But round has already started. UCF is is already droning as much as they can. Let's see if that drone game that we've come to know them for actually works out for them. PHL is going to open up one of the bunk's windows and try to get a look-see into B site. Not going to find anyone's head, though. Blue card is going to play it patient, and he's going to play it safe and not get dragged out from the window.
CHL just getting so close to spotting out the 416 of Jaeger there, but not quite on the radar. Quetzal's in a bit of a bad spot here. Does see the feet of Deadbite just outside of the door. They will be able to open it up soon, assuming that they can keep hitting that until it opens, trading turns, trying to keep their health bars away from Quetzal's UMP-45, but little do they know he's not actually in the room anymore. He's moving downstairs, trying to take care of
He does have a cam in the
anything
room, remember. He does have a cam in that room, so he's going to be waiting for them when they come in so that he can shoot them, so he can wallbang them, actually. Oh,
Quetzal looking onto the window just outside of Armory hallway. Rocket, I believe, able to get one. That'll be a nice frag onto Kohan Luke, taking him out of the way. Jelly able to refrag one. That's Quetzal off the board. Castle roaming no longer.
That's just sad to see Quetzal off the board, but he did manage to hold on for 2 minutes and get that part of the map squared away for quite a while. But Rocket is going back from his roam in Big Tower, and Jelly definitely trying his best here with a nice quick peek. They're trying to make sure that they have all the elements they need to collapse into bedrooms and manage to plant, but Rocket is coming. No, never mind. Jelly.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
How did Jelly get that? I don't.
He looked back just at the time that Jelly checked behind him.
Attackers
Ooh,
recovered the
a
diffuser.
frag from Mentality taking out the big window push. It is a 1v1 scenario. Portable not quite able to take him out, but does finish him off with the shotgun. It is down purely to Jelly in a 1v2 scenario. We've seen him pick these up before. We'll see if he can do it again. Does shoot the dead body, giving away his position. Spots out smoke just briefly with a pre-fire.
Attackers have recovered
Not
their
willing to
diffuser.
push it. That
10
is a
seconds
shotgun on
left.
the other end of that. Oh no, Jelly, you do not want to be in that spot.
Attackers bomb
Does spot him to the
diffuser has
side,
been
not
dropped.
able to take it off. That's a bad spot to be in. Jelly falling 3v1.
RIT back to the site that they so hold dear, actually manages to win the round. Let's hope that they can use this as momentum going forward It is going to bring us into round 8, but they need to win every single round in a row in order to make it through. Everybody loves an underdog story, and right now, RIT is that underdog, strictly speaking.
RIT going to be changing it up, or not changing it up, but UCF changing it up a little bit. Taking Lion this time. Going to be going for a bit more of an oppressive push, trying to just secure this out as quickly as possible. An understandable choice from their part, wanting to just secure that 6-2 as quickly as possible. Maybe try to give RIT the good old G2 treatment.
The G2 treatment? I'm not sure what you mean.
G2 is notorious for their 6-2 wins.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Okay,
But
got
it
it.
looks like the 6-pick off of Lion back onto Dokkaebi. Gonna give him the good old switcheroo, going back to the strat they were running before, trying to make it work once more.
A little bit of stubbornness is good all around. Sometimes you just need to stick with what you know works and has worked before. But Lion getting put away is, I think, going to be an issue, especially with Quetzal actually picking up the Vigil this time around.
10 seconds to go.
But
Finally bringing out the ever-beloved Vigil on
5
Quetzal.
seconds left before insertion.
You've seen just how strong that can be in the
Attackers have recovered their
past.
diffuser.
Being able to
Attackers
deny the
objective is to
intel
locate
that
the bomb
UCF
and
relies on so much with their drones, by use of Vigil's ERC-7 cloak, will put them at quite a bit of an interesting dilemma,
Attackers dropping
trying
the
to
diffuser.
figure him out. It's like Clash going to be holding inside a construction there.
So this time Clash is actually going to be teaming up with someone other than just holding attackers at bay. Looks like Luke's routine for this map is to instead
Bomb located by attackers.
always go into big tower when attacking, just going for that flank on the backside. And Blue Card has been assigned to hold that, as last time it was such a problem for them. But Jelly's going to pick up the kill onto Quetzal quickly in the bedroom. We're just missing how Jelly is getting these kills. Did he just go look through the White Stairs windows? If so,
True.
that's quite a bit of a prediction.
That's also truly just a really just has to be terrible for Quetzal. One getting picked up by Numtastic. That's Ella off the board. Both roamers down. It is down to just the anchors on site.
Didn't I have to go?
Half the
looking
round
grim already.
already. 2 people down. That's putting RIT in quite the bad spot. They're going to be in a bit of a pickle moving forward. Thermite able to get the wall and the hatch underneath as well. We'll be able to open that up. Maestro going to have to be relying on his cams to try to stop them from planting if they do drop in.
Attackers have located
Probably not going to
the
want to peek that right now with them on the hatch like that. Thermite going to break that barbed wire, clear out the entryway so that he can plant later in the round. Maestro on his evil eye, watching that, making sure that no one comes around and sneak attacks them. Looks like Clash will spot out, or not spot out. Cool Hand Luke going to be taking them out there. Mentality able to pick them up in a refrag, but it is a 2v4 down to just the portable Maestro, who does go down. It is all up to Mentality. 1v4 scenario. Does have to win this to keep his team in the match, but no. Numtastic there to watch it. Secures it. UCF taking it 6-2.
G2'd indeed. UCF wins this series right now. Definitely worked out a bit of a tilt there on RIT, only letting them take 2 rounds. RIT historically known as both the champions of this league and usually very good at playing Border and Oregon. Got taken to the cleaners tonight. Not much else I can say other than UCF's drone game was on point.
It was, I would say, a surprising upset from my perspective, but I definitely wasn't expecting UCF to do as strongly as they did. It was really impressive to watch. they really just came in knowing what they wanted to get out of this, and they got it.
Definitely. Whew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our cast for the 7 p.m. EST slot. Coming up for you guys are two of our new casters, Fex and Corvus. They will be hosting the. Hang on, I'm pulling up my sheet over here. Catch us in just a few minutes for the UNAM versus ISU game. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Nope, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. But catch us in just a little bit. All right?
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you come back for our next game, and have a good night.
Have a good night.